good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk Dima Crip Walk Music. So, guys, I have just found out that the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office has released findings into the death of the late, great Kevin Samuels. And there's a lot of speculation and, things like that. Allegedly, the young lady that he was with, people were talking about that she was the one that killed him and things like that. Of course, I was able to finally hear the 911 audio. I didn't want to hear the whole thing. I still haven't listened to the whole thing because it's too much for me to listen to. But of course, as a person here in the Black YouTube community, I met Kevin Samuels back in 2017. I was the first person to interact with him. And we had a really good, I would say, friendship, somewhat of a personal relationship here. But one of the things that I never knew about him was that Kevin Samuels suffered from hypertension. He was taking Atenolol, which I'm very familiar with that. It is a beta blocker. It is used for patients who have hypertension and things that relate to cardiac possible issues or things like that. So I knew that he had that issue, but I never knew anything about hypertension. Now, I do know that Dennis Sperlin told me you met him a month prior to his passing in Miami, that he might have high blood pressure or something like that. But as far as his daily life, I didn't know. I did know that Kevin was consistently on the move. And that was, with the Atlanta show, the future videos, going back and forth between New York, Miami, Atlanta, Los Angeles, collaborating, working with other content creators. Our editing team here, we did some things for him. And then I think the biggest part on Kevin Samuels' situation was he had a lot of clients that he did as far as consulting. Kevin made a lot of money. I don't think he needed that part of the business, but he still did it. And he would still, take clients from all over the world. So it might be like 5 in the morning in Atlanta, and it might be like 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Dubai, but he would still take those calls. And so which leads to these medical issues that were already there building up, and then also adding to that, not having much infrastructure behind his day-to-day operations, meaning that he had no personal assistant, he had no organization to the business. He just was doing a lot. So then it doesn't help that this is a tough business. You stress, people hate you. So all of that could really add to that of hypertension in the heart. And he had chambers which were thicker than normal. And probably, not eating right. I know he didn't drink, but not taking care of himself. And unexpectedly, he died to everybody else. But I'm probably believing that Kevin Samuels had earlier bouts and issues and symptoms of these things, because something like this doesn't happen out of the blue and you just die. This is something that he was holding from people that we did not know. If I knew about this, I would have asked him to please check a cardiologist. But now I want to talk to you brothers about getting to the bag, because Kevin Samuels was definitely a moneymaker kind of brother. We have to take into consideration our health. And Kevin, of course, is gone. But now for those of you who are living, we need to understand some things. That one of the best investments that we need to make is in our own best self, in the health of each other. Sometimes working out, and the money is good to have. But one thing about money is you can't take it with you. And I want guys to understand that you can never get it all. And what I honestly believe from somebody like Kevin, experiencing this sort of money at this time in life, and then maybe in his previous years never having this sort of success, it was kind of to the point where the faucet is running and I need to get it all. Instead of, I think maybe the mindset should have been like, well, I have something that is hard for folks to compete with. Let's build more of an infrastructure around that and then give myself time to breathe. But when you're making that kind of money and you've never seen anything like it before, and you've been waiting for so long in your life to be this way, sometimes you try to put things off. Doctor's appointments, or working out, or just trying to do what you can do to get to the bag. And unfortunately, it doesn't work out that way. But I want guys to really understand that there's a balance between earning money, working, and taking care of yourself. All right. And you got to put your ability, your mental ability, your physical ability, your health first. It's all that you have. All right. And Kevin Samuels, he really pushed it to the limit. And I do believe that the lady, Hortensia, I believe, Alcantara, people owe her an apology, because she did not poison the man. She did not kill the man. Kevin had some pre-existing medical conditions that led to his own demise, right? But at the same time, black men have to understand that our health is important. It needs to be addressed. If you have to walk, if you can cut down on certain foods, I'm gonna go give me some green vegetables here just in a minute. And understand that when you start getting money and you start making a lot of money, that you can get it, but you can't get all. Okay, grow slow if you can in what you're doing. Build the infrastructure around what you're doing. All right. It takes a team to do this, and Kevin was a team player. But sometimes his demand was so great that he just couldn't keep up with it. He wanted to, but he couldn't. He was always so tied up that every day, and it just had so much stress on his life that he couldn't get to the demand. People stopping him in the middle of the street and things like that. And it was too much for him. Okay. But that's why we have professional help. We have mentors in any industry. We have people that we hire out to do things. I don't do any of my editing. I haven't done any of my editing for years. I don't even know how to edit that good. So I just want you guys to understand that the opportunities for money is always going to be here. But you might not. All right. A lot of us are people depend on us. Our mamas, our daddies, our kids. You need to be here. You don't want to be going because of something that you have neglected. Take care of yourself. That's why Jerry Springer used to always say at the end, take care of yourself and each other. But guys, I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.